Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. All right, everyone, welcome back, and we are live. Welcome back to another Friday night live stream here at Christ-Centered Ironworks. Glad to have everyone in the house this evening. I've been quite amused at the chat, taking my time to actually look at the chat here over on Jessica's screen for a little bit. You guys are a hoot. And first off, thank you very much, Steven at Minion Smithy, for the $5 super chat. Greatly appreciate that. And like always, Gordon Farmer, you sir are a nut, but I love you. He likes changing the colors in my shop a whole month early, or 2 weeks early before the stream happens. So because these are wired in to whenever somebody makes a super chat donation, boom, the colors change to whatever that color is. And it does that even if the live stream's not playing. So you can prepay on your super chats in advance, and it changes the colors in my shop right in the middle of filming. So, but anyways, so I'm super excited. Let's do a quick camera check. Check out camera number 2, Jess. How's that working? Look good? Everything's in shot. Hopefully that's looking good. We can go back to camera number 1. And let's go ahead and do a mic check. Tell everybody how you're doing this evening.
I am doing good, and Yama says to tell you that he got back from Disneyland. Rodell took real good care of him.
Awesome, awesome. Well, good. I'm glad Rodell took care of you down there at Disneyland, or the Blacksmith's Disneyland. And looks like we got another super chat in. So thank you very much for whoever super chatted that. You are awesome.
Yamaz with the mustache.
Yamaz with the mustache. I'm working on my mustache. I don't quite have enough thickness here to curl, but it's coming. Coming for Christmas. I'm working on my Santa beard because, as you all know, I love Christmas. Everything about it. I love the snow. I love winter. I love holiday lights. I love Christmas lights. I love it all. So, yeah, very soon, there will be Christmas theme songs playing here in the shop. I know some people, you purists out there, like, no, we're not even at Halloween yet. And it's like, I bypass Halloween, Thanksgiving, all that nonsense. Go straight to Christmas, baby. Cue Christmas. But anyways, so tonight, for those who are watching on the replay, so you don't have to watch me stand around and yammer about myself for 45 minutes. And if you haven't guessed, Roy's back on coffee. So tonight's going to be a fun night. I have been enjoying my week thoroughly. So tonight we're going to work on making wing nuts. We won't make all the types here. Can they see this okay, Jeff?
A little bit.
Decently well. All right, let me pull this here, see if I can put it. Ugh! I act like that's heavy. It's just I'm old. I'm getting older. Yeah, can they see that? There, they can see that right there. Can they see that?
Okay,
they see that okay?
Yeah.
All right, so to my right hand, this one here, this is the one we're going to be playing with tonight. Now, I've never made this type of wing nut before. Actually, I've never made any of these type wing nuts before, so I'm interested in playing around with them. Comment down below which one you like the best. We'll call this one 1 through 5 there. Which one you like the best of the wing nuts. We may try a couple different wing nuts before we decide on one and actually forge them out. The one right next to it's more like a traditional wing nut, so I would be interested in trying that out as well. But we'll see how that goes. Tonight, the main purpose of tonight, beyond doing this, is to give away an anvil. So that's the main portion of this stream, is to give away a 66-pound Chayo anvil. Not this particular anvil, as I've said before, but one straight from the manufacturer that has been paid for and supported by viewers like you. Those people who do super chats, you can thank them. So give them a round of applause in the comment section down below, because they are what supply the funds for said anvil. So thank you very much. What's up, Jess? What do we got?
This is it's kind of gonna be difficult. It's too bad we don't have like a little whatever they call those, where a survey or whatever, where they can vote, because everybody just shouting out their things here. Let's see, we have a 3, a 4 looks cool, a 1 and a 4, a 5, a 5. I'm liking 1, 1. I kind of like 1 and 5, 1 and 4, 5, 5, 1, 3, 1, 1 and 5, 4s, 5s, 1 and 2, 1.
You back on my mic? Jessica is so analytical that this bugs her like you wouldn't believe. I look for the larger picture of things. So it's like 1 and 5 seem pretty closely tied. So that's that's probably what we'll go with. So and thank you for the super chat.
That was Doe Creek Forge, who says, for Anvil.
For the Anvil. Thank you, Doe Creek Forge. Greatly appreciate it, brother. So this evening, I'm going to try a couple different sizes of stock, but we're going to work with some 3/4 inch by 1/4 inch thick bar stock. It's a certain length. You know, it doesn't really matter. We're going to just forge out one, and we're going to start with doing the little scrolly wing nut first and just kind of mess around with that for a bit. So for you all across the pond, that is 20 mil by 6 mil thick bar stock. Length will be totally determinant on how much curl you want to make for your little wings on the wing nut there. So we'll start forging on this piece. So I'll get this in the fire, and then I will acknowledge some more of those super chats that are coming in. Thank you all. Thank you guys so much. And gals.
Mainly just guys so far. Charming Hollow Forge, the yellow super chat, says, just stopping by to say hello.
Thank you, Hans. And hello. What else we got?
And the other one was blue from Just Gonna Get Better. Said funds for said funding of said Anvil.
That's a lot of saids. Thank you, Just Gonna Get Better. Oh, and then who's the white chat? Or is that light blue? Well, there's one right before that, though, too. There was a yellow, and then there was also a different one, a blue. Did you miss one? Oh, that was Doe Creek. Okay. All right, just making sure. Don't want to miss no one. Don't want to miss no one. No. So thank you all. Thank you all very much. So we're heating this up. It's going to take a little bit, take a couple minutes here to get that piece nice and hot. The way I figure we're going to do this is we're actually going to just isolate the end. We're going to forge it out into a taper and not go all the way with it. We're going to forge it down just enough that we can grab it with a pair of tongs. So we're going to cut it off on the other side, and we'll forge that end down out to a taper, flip it, pull the other one out to a taper, and then round it, and then go ahead and do that. I believe that that makes sense, and I believe, if memory serves me correctly, I have seen this type of wing nut forged before, and I think I'm remembering that's the steps in that. So it's what makes logical sense to me currently, so that's what we're going to do. So the first step in this process is we're actually going to isolate out what will become the nut section and what we're drawing out into each halves of the wings.
Gordon Farmer says it's a shame that it didn't turn up yet.
It's a what?
It's a shame it didn't turn up yet.
Yes, it is a shame. Yeah, right now, just for anybody who's shipping things in the post, and especially if you're shipping them up here to me in Michigan, everything, and I do mean everything, is getting hung up in the post in either Detroit or Chicago before it gets up here. So for at least 3 days, 3 or 4 days. We have some stuff we've ordered online for some tooling, some other things, product stuff that I've ordered online, and they have been sitting in Detroit, Michigan for a week now. Still waiting to get through their distribution center. So it's a bummer, but is what it is right now. They got to Lysol every package or something that goes through there. It's either that or they're lazy. That's a possibility too. It is the USPS we're talking about here. And I don't even know about international shipments. I'll find out about that here soon. I've got a Gothic door knocker I've been working on that'll be heading all the way to Chile. So we'll see how long it takes for that thing to get there. It's probably be forever in a day. We're almost up to here. What we got going?
Yatmes says he's staring at Mr. Coffee, Charming Hollow, and Bar Run Forge and Hanneman right now. I said I could just picture them all sitting in a circle looking at their phones and watching us right now. He said pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, they all don't like me that much. Coffee should put me up on the big screen, see? But I need the multiple viewers, so go ahead and just leave your phones running. Yeah, I couldn't be a part of that down at the coffee grounds this weekend. Be down there. I did shovel 30 wheelbarrow loads of gravel into the other half of my shop, and I'm progressing slowly on my different projects. So it's a big cost difference between projects, customer orders, and YouTube. I'm trying to get more content out as well. So my life is a bit swamped right now.
Chris Gutshaw says, my son, 17, took a class starting in Scouts and is now starting to build his own forge workshop. He loves your show.
Awesome. Who was that? Chris Gutshaw. Chris Gutshaw, I am glad. I'm glad he likes this. Awesome to hear a young fella getting into it. And hopefully he is enjoying the channel with all the videos. There is a lot out there. There's a ton of videos on the channel. And actually, we just surpassed a milestone, by the way. We are at officially, as of the last video that I put out, which I believe was a fluted scroll, a single flute scroll video, how to. As the recording of this, we have so far have surpassed 1,450 videos on YouTube. So that is pretty epic. A lot of work. A lot of tutorials in that stack of videos, and yeah, a little bit of an accomplishment. So, all right, this is hot. I've got a guillotine tool. Let's go to camera number 2, Jess. I have a guillotine tool that's set up with an actual butcher die in it. So these butcher dies are set up. They're not sharp. They're radiused, in fact, but they're set up to separate the material. You'll see that happen here in just a second here. What we want to do is we want to segregate out what's going to become the nut portion of this. So we want to push the material away so we can hammer it down and draw it out, if that makes sense. So we're going to do that first and foremost. So I'm going to take about a cube of material, or a square material for some people. That's what they call it, about 3/4 of the way in. And we're not going to do a lot with this because you can go too far. So you can see that little bow tie there that's created. So that's step number 1. We want to do that. Flip it around here. And I'm going to take another cube of material. And I'm going to isolate it again. Again, do not go too far with this. If you're doing this, you'll develop some cold shuts in it later on down the pike. So there we go. That's kind of our preform there. So now we're going to draw out this material to where we can grip it in tongs, cut it off at this. Can they still see this? Yeah. We're going to cut it off at roughly 3/4 of an inch from here, and then we'll draw that leg out. And then we'll roll them up, and then this will get drilled and tapped to be a wing nut. Get that back and hot. You back to me?
Super Cow says, that's a cool tool. Did you make it?
I did not make it. That is actually a design that came from SOFA, Southern Ohio Forge and Anvil. They had a workshop, but because of a lot of miscommunications on where the workshop was going to be, I actually drove to the wrong place and missed the class completely. That was putting together. It was like a workshop of building guillotine tools. So I got a call like 2 weeks later saying my guillotine tool was done. come pick it up. So, so I bought it. I was supposed to build it, but I ended up just paying it and buying it. So thank you for whoever just super chatted. Greatly appreciate it.
That was a $100 super chat from Viper Chucky, who says, just a thanks for all you do.
Viper Chucky, I am honored, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the $100 super chat. That is awesome. That is epic. That will go a long way towards getting this anvil shipped out. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you very much. I am glad to do what I do. Coffee break. Woo! Good stuff.
Stephen Watkins says that you are great on coffee.
I'm what?
Great when you're on coffee.
I'm great when I'm on coffee. I am just a jerk otherwise without coffee, ain't I? Huh?
Just fun. I think you used the word fun.
Oh, just fun? I'm fun on coffee, huh? Oh. You know, I can get up without coffee in the morning, and I can go throughout my day without coffee, but who wants to do that? I used to hate coffee when I was a bit younger. I hated it. And then for our 10-year wedding anniversary, I took Jessica to a lighthouse in Maine. It was on one of her bucket list things to do. And there was only two options. There was three options. There was tea, water, or coffee. So I tried out the coffee. I'm like, this ain't too bad. And so somewhere in that time frame of my small amount of time of life on this earth, all of a sudden I started liking coffee. And so I drank it more, and then, well, now I'm an addict. I love coffee. It's good stuff. So thank you very much for supporting my coffee addictions.
No Name says all is well. Now Roy's back on the juice. LOL.
Exactly. All is well. Let's go to the anvil, Jess. We're going to draw out this leg. All right. Nice and hot. We start on the horn. We're going to work back into that shoulder. Got a little bit of a twist. I kind of had it canted there. The reason why we don't want to draw this out too much all at once is because we need it to stay supported, and we don't want this to work back and forth like a coat hanger effect. That's why we want to draw out a little bit, cut it off, draw out the other side all the way, flip it around, and then draw that out the rest of the way, because it reduces the amount of stress per side. So hopefully everybody can see that fine. Got pretty good. And I will get it hot again. We will chop that off in the next heat.
Thank you guys for the super chat. We have two yellow super chats. One from Brute Lemon, who says, finally made it here somewhat on time. Hope all is going well.
Thank you, Brute Lemon. Greatly appreciate it.
And the other one is from Neil Graham. Thank you very much.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you very much. What are the yellow super chats, Jess? $10. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you all. Thank you, gentlemen, very much. Greatly appreciate it. Woo! We're going to give away something here in a second.
We will. Insanity Forge wants to know what kind of coffee you drink.
Well, the poor man's coffee, Folgers. Oh, poor man's coffee. I like just about any type of coffee. I haven't had any. I've been told that Black Rifle coffee is really good, but I don't have any around me, or I guess I'd have to order it online. I don't know. It's not sold anywhere that I shop up here, so I'm gonna have to try that out, order it online, which is kind of weird. I don't know, ordering things, food products, to be shipped to my house online. I don't know. I guess it's the 21st century, right? We can handle that. We can not that weird, I guess, anymore. So, but yeah, just haven't done it. So, yeah, so cheap stuff. It's the cheap coffees, but it's good. It tastes good. No. What else we got, Jess? It's all.
Yes, Alice Harvey, thank you for the super chat. Says, still hate coffee, but happy to help a smith get an anvil.
Thank you, Alice Harvey. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah. Jessica and I, a lot of you don't know this, you know, we pray before each stream that these things go to people who need them and will be able to use them, and you know, the tools and the stuff and the giveaways, that, you know, it'll be a blessing to you guys out there in the blacksmithing community. And so far, God has been good. It's been sent. The right people have received the right things at the right times. So we greatly, greatly appreciate you all supporting us in that endeavor and get that going, which is pretty awesome. I'm trying to think of something, trying to be even more epic come Christmas. We'll see how that works out. Christmas giveaway live stream that we do every year. The Great Blacksmith Christmas giveaway live stream. Don't need that. What are you doing, Roy? It's gonna be epic this year. We had Uncle Buck's Forge donate a whole bunch of guillotine tools to give away. So we got a bunch of those to give away. I've got other things, other donations that people have sent into the channel that we give it away. Tools, tongs, you name it. So there's a lot of good stuff in that direction. And we may be getting, I may contact a few other people just to sweeten the pot with maybe some more tongs, maybe a hammer, you know, something like that. So I think it's going to be a good time. It always is a good time. And of course, a lot of little trinkety things, you know, sticker packs, you name it. We usually give away quite a bit come Christmas. Again, my favorite time of the year. So, but yeah, but that is all, again, all wholly supported and very thankful for by you guys out there. So greatly appreciate that. All right, we ready to go? To the anvil. Bam. We're going to cut this off. Again, I'm going to set out just about that 3/4 mark. I'm going to line it back up on my edge. Knock the corners a bit. Get some preparation for it to be cut off. Right here, the most important part here is accuracy. We don't want to have a whole bunch of double cuts. There we go. Got that ready to go. Bam. And now I can set that down and put this little piece in the fire here. Start heating up that side. I'm going to go ahead and dress this once real quick. I like to re-square up the ends of my bars after I cut off on here, because sometimes it can get bent a little bit as you're cutting. I like to redress that while it's still warm, and then I'll brush it a little bit, getting a little loose scale that's on it, before I put it down to the side of the fire to let it cool down naturally. That way it's ready to go for the next time I want to use it for whatever purposes that may be. So now I can just set that out of the way, and it's gone. You can go back to the main cam, Jess.
Brian Howman, thank you for the super chat. He says, on behalf of Howman Forge.
Awesome, Brian Howman. Thank you, Brian. Greatly appreciate it.
Insanity Forge says, Black Rifle is the best, mostly online. Roasted and shipped to your house, freshest you can get without roasting your own.
Really? I'll have to give it a try. I will have to give it a try. Oh, all right. So tonight, our giveaway items. Obviously, we'll be giving away the anvil. We'll be giving away that in just a little bit. But we're going to be giving away some tong clips. These are some wolf head tong clips that I made. We can go to camera number 2. Show those off. They see that okay? Yep. We'll be giving away some wolf head tong clips. we will be also giving away some more sticker bundles and sticker packs made by the lovely Dana Maggiore. So you'll get some of these. The coveted Year of the Anvil sticker. Those are limited time. And some of our other logo stickers. So this way you can really just sticker everything up. So we'll be giving away some of those. So let's start with a tong clip, Jess. Let's give one of those away as a door prize. Got to watch that, make sure I'm not burning that thing up. Otherwise we'll have to start again. So let's start with a tong clip. Now, for those of you, we can go back to the main cam. We good? So for those of you that are new, if you're here, first hit that like and subscribe button and bell notifications. So this way you can get to know when we are doing these giveaways and when we go live. YouTube's not going to send you anything to let you know that we're live. So if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, set the bell, little jingly bell for all notifications, and that will allow you to know when we first go live with everything, so you don't miss out on the door prizes or the bigger giveaway items. So definitely do that. Plus, I don't know, I feel I have a pretty great channel with a lot of great content. So ask the regulars that are in the comment section about it if you're on the fence. So for you all, the way we work this, all we do is we just ring the bell on the anvil. When I stop, Jessica picks a name at random, and poof, voila, one of these just magically appears in your home in 2 to 3 weeks, depending on when the USPS sends it to you. Yeah, fine print. And these little items, these little giveaway items, they are open to worldwide. So where the Anvil, unfortunately, they don't ship that worldwide. They'll only ship it in the United States. Unfortunately, these, the smaller giveaway items, will ship it anywhere in the world. So so it's open to anybody and everybody to win at no purchase necessary. We ready? Yep. Enough salesman stuff? Are they commenting? Yeah, they're commenting. Okay, I got these comment down below. Ready? Who do we got?
I landed on Justin Ray, who says, need me some tong clip.
Hey, Justin Ray. Well, you got you some tong clips. Or clip. They're right there. Boom. So Justin Ray won the tong clip. Congratulations. He won one tong clip. There's still more tong clips to be given away. So we'll give one more away here in just a small little bit. But I want to go ahead and give away a couple sticker packs, Jess. Let's do that. Nope, I'm not burning yet. It's going to be soon, though. So we're going to be going ahead and giving away some Year of the Anvil sticker packs going. And I don't know, say sticker me, please, in the comment section. Are you ready? Yep. Set? Who do we got?
Well, no one said sticker me yet. I think we're a little ahead.
You want me to keep going?
Oh, well, let's just get draw from everybody still commenting on the tongs.
Okay,
I mean,
go ahead.
okay. Dana won't work. I was going to say Dana Maggiore. He says he needs a tong clip. Cody Stillwagner says, yay, tong clip.
Cody, do you want stickers? So that's why we should have waited for the sticker me, please. So, Cody Wagner's, you didn't win tong clip, but you won a sticker back if you want it. Contact us through the contact link down below. Anybody who wins, by the way, you have to go through the contact link down below and, give us your information and your firstborn child and like all, basic stuff, all the fine print. What are you, Rumpelstiltskin? Yeah. You don't say my name. They got to guess it, Jess. Anyways, all right, let's give away one more. We ready? Everyone saying sticker me, please? All right, sticker me, please. Ready? Who do we got?
We have Isaac Jordan, who says sticker. Although he just said sticker. Do I need to go to the next person who actually said, okay.
Congratulations. You got to make up your mind when you pick the first person. Wherever that cursor lands, that's who's getting it. So. Yeah, no, it's all right. Sticker works. Isaac Jordan, contact us through the contact link down below, and we will get you some stickers shipped out there. So there's 2 sticker packs down. Set that off to the side. Coffee break, and we'll get to hammering.
Clam Smasher says, firstborn child, time to paint my door.
We ready? Yep. All right, to the anvil. All right, just like before, I'm going to start this off on the horn. It's a nice soft start. And we'll forge back up into that square corner. Once I've created enough separation there, then I can start really getting into it to draw out that wing. See how I'm working back up into that corner, and sometimes I hit that corner, and that's going to happen. You just need to forge it down into the rest of it. But now I can start working out the rest of this in the next heat. So straighten it up a little bit. There we go. Can everybody see that okay? That's good? Psst. Does everybody see that okay, Jess? Yes, it does. All right. So there we go. There's our preform. So I'll draw that down a lot further.
Dana says, that was the second time I was picked for stickers, LOL.
Well, they are some mighty fine stickers there, Dana. Mighty fine indeed.
Lonnie Fogus says, best of luck, peeps. I have to get ready for work and head to prison, LOL.
Well, tell the boys we said hi. Wouldn't that be something? Get a whole prison watching us?
That would be different.
It would, wouldn't it? Everybody's on their cell phones and tablets. Guy getting shanked in the corner. Or whatever. Never been to prison, don't want to go. So hopefully there, I don't know, hopefully there's some luxuries there. I don't know. Oh. You're awful quiet over there in the peanut.
Yeah, I was looking. I was looking for questions, but I was trying to, when I scrolled back through, it was like everybody commenting about the tongs and the stickers. So they didn't show up immediately. But anyway, okay.
How many people do we have in the stream so far? 104. Woohoo! Woohoo! 120. It's a lot of people. Certainly is.
Oh, here's a question mentioned earlier from Chris Renaud. He says he's new to coal forging. Should he not be cranking the blower much? He was a little confused earlier by he didn't see you cranking your fire.
Oh, well, I've got an electric blower down underneath. I do have a hand crank forge, but I'm burning coke in a coal, in just a regular green coal forge that normally you would be able to hand crank. So coke, burning solid coke, like metallurgical grade coke, requires constant airflow to keep it lit. Otherwise, things just, it cools down too much between heats, and it takes a lot of effort and energy to get it back up to heat. So yeah, in a regular green coal forge, you know, you want to crank your fire to bring it up to the temperature you want your steel to be, and then you can stop cranking, and then you can kind of let it reduce that oxygen level and let your steel come up to heat that way. All right, we're gonna go back to the anvil.
Also, Clam Smasher wants to know how your thumb is.
Losing a fingernail. All right, we're going over the horn so we can draw this out. And we're going to end up taking this back to the anvil top to square everything, to clean up the profile of everything before we go round. Nice and in line. How's that look to everyone? Look good? Boom. Now I won't be able to leave it in the forge so long because it's thinner, so it's going to heat a lot quicker. So these next couple of heats going to be a little quicker working on this. And then we'll flip it around to this other portion.
Bortkov says, I know a couple of wing nuts that could use some forging.
Give them a good whack. I don't condone violence. That's what I got to say on camera, folks. Keep out of hot water.
Tommy Smith says, I have a small garage, so I'm hoping the heat from the forge will be nice. How does your forge heat the shop during the winter?
Not at all. I freeze in here, Mr. Bigglesworth. I freeze. I've had pictures. I got some pictures on Instagram where I had 6 inches of snow piled up on the anvil. You all can't see it, but up top there's a giant skylight in the side of the barn where boards had blown off. The problem is it's like 32 feet up there, so very difficult to get at. Actually, I could probably adjust the camera and show them real quick. I should do that. I should do that. This isn't hot, so it's not in danger of burning up either. So, all right, we're going to take you on a little ride. Stay on the main cam. You ready? All right, we're going to go up. I'm going to try to remember my position there. It won't go any further. Hold on. I'll lift it. There you go. Big skylights up there. As you can see, it's had a little bit of patching. Can they see that all right? Yeah. All right. And all the way back down. What are you doing, Roy? Ah! That's what I got. Got to make it look level again. We're almost there. What am I doing?
Alice Harvey says, yes, it does. Alice Harvey says, freezing for your craft. Now that's love.
Lots of love. Woohoo! Thanks for the L super chat.
That was from Justin Ray. $10, help with shipping.
Awesome. Justin Ray, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. So, awesome. So you guys can see, I get dumped on in the winter. There's a reason why I wear my Usurka and and grow out a beard come winter and all those other good things. So yeah, so the forge doesn't heat the shop as much as you'd think, especially if you put a flue. If you put a flue on your forge, like you actually have a, you've got a nice hood and flue and stuff, it takes all that heat and goes whoop right up the chimney, and it sucks all the heat from inside your shop right up the chimney along with it. So just part of it. Let's go back to the anvil, Jess. Anvil cam. All right. So now we're going to take and put it on the diagonals. We're going to knock off the corners. And then we're going to round that up. Now all this could literally be cleaned up with a file after this is all said and done before you rolled it up. And in fact, that might be smart to adjust any sort of little missed hammer blows or anything like that if you wanted this to be a perfectly smooth deal. If you wanted to just have more of a kind of an earthy look to it, more of a forged look, you can obviously leave in as many hammer blows or as much texture as you want. That's completely up to you. It depends on how fine a finish item you're trying to make. That's really the key there. So now I need to set this back over. I'm just getting it all centered up on it before I move. Move on to the next bit. So this is a really low heat, like this is dipped into the black. So this is technically below the planishing heat, but that'll get a really nice smooth surface finish, nice and round. So now we can flip it over. We'll flip it around. I'm actually going to cool that part first. I'm going to go cool that in a bucket of water real quick. I'm going to cool that end down a little bit. That way the tongs aren't so prone to leaving bite marks on this here. I'll re-grip it, and now we're ready to forge down the other side. So we'll get that hot again.
The Garage Blacksmith asks, how often do you have to touch up your anvil, Roy?
Touch up my what?
Touch up your anvil.
Like as in? Not often at all. There's pretty hard anvil, so this anvil's edges have been fixed at some point in time. So there's some filler material along the edges, so it has been fixed before. And occasionally you'll get some chips on it. Because it's 465 pounds, there's enough room to work around those chips. So I don't know, I might redress this anvil once in my lifetime maybe. As long as I'm not doing stupid with it. You know, I mean, if I'm really just gunning for the edge or something and I blow a big chunk out, you know, then I might have to dress it from there. But I started with a really good anvil to start with, so it won't require as much dressing over time, you know, to be in good shape. I might actually switch tongs too, to something that holds a little thinner bar stock. Yep, probably do that. Great question. Thank you for asking. What else?
Clam Smasher says, Roy, speak with Georg Sprav from the Slingshot channel. Pretty sure he'd be able to make something to fire some wood at that hole.
That'd be a funny bit of editing, wouldn't it? Like loading planks of wood into a big barrel and then like, fire, boom, and they're like, they all attach. I wish that was the case. That would make my life so much easier. So much easier, indeed. All right, wait for this to get hot. I want to kind of watch this now. I don't want it to burn up since, you know, we put all this work into the other side and watching our hammer blows and stuff. So we are like right there. I got time for one last little quick question before I go to hammer on this some more.
Robin asks, where should I place my stock in a Jabad design forge using bituminous coal, no fire pot?
Say that one more time. What's a bajad?
Where should I place my stock in a JABOD design forge using bituminous coal, no fire pot? I haven't heard of that before.
I've never heard of that type of forge before. Let me answer that after I take this heat. Let's go to the anvil. Okay. It's nice and hot. Now the trick to this is we want to keep these somewhat even in length, shape. If they're a little off in length, it'll show up in our final wing nut. This will bring me to a good point. I'm doing this by eye, and when you do it by eye, you leave yourself open. Okay, you do leave yourself open to inconsistency, okay? I'm fairly good at doing things by eye just because I have experience in doing this. If you are just getting started and you're wanting to do something like this and draw two things out, it takes you but mere moments to put a soapstone mark or a grease pencil mark on your anvil and draw things to that. Or find a reference point on your anvil where you're going to draw it to. Whether it be a nick, you can find it along the edge or something. Maybe you got a little nick in your anvil edge and you can use it as a gauge to see how far you can do. You could draw off from one side to the hardy hole. You can say, okay, that's how far I'm going to draw each leg out to, or each tine out to, if that makes sense. I'm doing it by eye because that is just what I have trained myself to do over a long period of time. But that is certainly not necessarily the way that you may want to do this if you're just starting out forging. So give yourself a little bit of help in that department by putting a mark, a pencil mark, or something that you can follow to, a guide on the anvil. You can pre-measure this mark, or you can forge one half and say, okay, well that's how much that has, put a little pencil mark, and then just forge the other one to match. That's the simplest, no hard, complicated math needed. If they're both too long for the project you're working on, well, saw one off, or saw them off and just redress the tip. So, you can always make those little adjustments later. And eventually you'll learn something. Eventually you will find a process that really works for you, of accuracy, and you'll kind of start training your eye to just do it constantly by eye and be accurate. So this is hot again. Let's go here. And I didn't answer the question. Huh? Okay, go ahead.
Jabad stands for just a box of dirt. So it's a side blast.
Forge. Mm-hmm. So he's wanting to know where to put his metal to heat it. And he's got a side blast? Okay. So your metal is going to be just in front of the blast port. Wherever that is. Wherever the blow nozzle is that's coming in, the tweer that's coming in to supply the firebox with air, it's going to be probably, say, 3 to 4 inches in front of that on a side blast forge. Now, some other people may kind of contradict that, say further, deeper, whatever, but in general, you're going to be right in front of the air blast, or where the hottest portion of that fire is going to end up being. It doesn't necessarily matter where the air's coming in. It matters where the hottest portion of your fire is, and you can gauge that by color. So if you gauge that by color, you'll be okay. Looks pretty even. I want to take one more little rounding heat on that. Did that answer the question well enough? Okay, good.
Ouroboros says, ditching work to say hi.
Hey, good way to play hooky. Ouroboros, good to have you here. And hello.
The Garage Blacksmith says, I'm finishing a draw knife for some woodworking.
Awesome. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Possum Sausage says, haven't forged anything in a while myself. The last thing was probably the fire steel kits that I sent to Roy for the giveaways.
Well, Possum Sausage, you're going to have to correct that, won't you? Oh, we're going to go to the main cam, or go to the anvil cam, please. All I'm doing here is just rounding this up. So we're just in a rounding heat. I want there to be a texture, but I want this to be a smooth, intentional byproduct of forging texture, not I left a bunch of hammer blows unanswered on the piece texture. There is a difference. We're going to clean that up nice and round like. And all I'm doing is I'm not trying to tilt the hammer anyway. I'm letting the hammer find its mark on the piece and maintain that angle. If you can see, look how I'm holding my hammer. See? I'm just finding that mark on that piece. I just need enough grip to pick this up. I don't want to control it because then I dig a hard edge. I want this to bounce on the surface of the steel to get it nice and rounded up nicely, nice and clean. So there we go. We'll see how even that looks. Reference point, almost there. Reference point, yep, basically, they're exactly dead even. Again, this is coming from over a decade of practice. So, you know, when I started out, I had to use reference marks and keep drawing to that reference mark. And then eventually I realized, like, hey, I didn't draw that to that reference mark actually. Whoa, what happened to my reference mark? It disappeared. And I had just been drawing everything to what my mind's eye saw as the right spot on the anvil from previously. All right, so we'll set that back there on the forge. Set up top here so don't burn up. All right, questions real quick before we give away some more things?
Sure. Let's see here. For the Honor Forge, good to have you. And Toby Joe says, hello, Roy and Jess. First time I've been back to the live stream since coming back to the UK because of the time change. Hope you all are okay there.
Toby Yo, good to have you here. Thank you for being here. And who else was it? I'm sorry, you said?
For the Honor.
For the Honor Forge. Good to have you back. Good to have you back. Good to have you both back. Glad you could be here for even just a few moments of this. I better set this off to the side. I'll get to talking and that tip will disappear. We're going to set that off to the side of the forge real quick. All right, so we're going to give away some more stickers and we're going to give away another tong clip. So we'll start with the tong clip. And all you got to take and comment down below is wolf jaw for the tong clip. Wolf jaw. Wolf jaw. Ready?
Yeah, gotta give him a second.
I know, somebody's laughing.
I was laughing at Chris Renaud. Said, take care all. Taking the kids to the pool. Seriously, no really.
But yet it's fall, huh? Fall swimming. All right, got a comments. Wolf jaw, ready? We ready to draw for it? All right, 3, 2, 1. It's for the wolf head tongue clip. Who do we got?
I landed on Dan Goman, who says Wolfjaw.
Dan Goman? Congratulations, Dan Goman. Get with us through the contact link down below, and we will ship this out to you promptly there, sir. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being on this channel. I've got another one in the other room, so I'm going to go ahead and give away a third wolf jaw thing. So let's go ahead and do it again. This time, we're going to say wolf head. Woohoo! YouTube's going to look back at this and be like, why is everybody saying wolf jaw and wolf head for? You know, like YouTube's bots will do. All right, wolf head.
Got to give them a second here, real quick. What was your most complex forged project to this point? Most complicated.
I'll answer that after this, otherwise it'll get confusing. Okay. So hold on to that one. All right, wolf head. They commenting? No one's commenting wolf head. All right, we're going to draw on 2 names for wolf head. Ready, set, go. You better get them in there. Somebody wants another tongue clip. Who do we got?
We have Michael Crane, who says Wolfhead.
Who is it?
Michael Crane.
Michael Crane. Congratulations. You won a wolf head tongue clip. Congratulations. So, all right. It's feeling pretty good. What's up?
Thank you, Toby Joe, for the super chat. He threw it in there, like right in the middle of everybody saying Wolfhead, so it just like pew, flew right up.
Thank you, Toby Joe, for the super chat. Greatly appreciate the support. Greatly appreciate the support. You know we do, and I'm glad that you were able to actually join us for a live stream. That's awesome. Good to have you back. All right, so we're going to give away some sticker bundles. So we're going to go ahead and do Sticker Me Jessica. You just got a comment, Sticker Me Jessica. We'll give you a second. We'll let the comments start rolling in.
Okay.
Sticker Me Jessica.
It was crazy. It was flying, and then like now there's been one comment. It like froze. I'm like, uh-oh. I hope we're still live. Break it. Yeah, instead of Ralph breaks the internet, it's Roy breaks the internet.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm Wreck-It Roy. All right, we ready? Who's ready? You ready? They ready? All right. Are they saying the name?
They are.
Sticker Me Jessica? All right, let's draw. Who do we got?
Let's see. I landed on Alice Harvey, who says, Sticker Me Jessica.
Hey, Alice Harvey, congratulations. You got yourself some stickers. Get with us, contact link down below. I'll give away another set of stickers. You ready? Sure. This one's still the same, Sticker Me Jessica. So if you missed out on the first one, ready? Who do we got?
All right. This one is going to Tristan Pickard, who says, Sticker Me Jessica.
Tristan Picker? Tristan Picker, congratulations. Get with us in the contact link down below. We might give away a few more of those a little bit later here. And yeah, just want to say thank you. Thank you all very much for participating and breaking the internet. One live stream at a time. All right, this is nice and hot. I'm going to go ahead and turn down the air blast on this forge a little bit. This is one thing I don't like about electric blowers versus having the mechanical hand crank, is you don't have as much finesse with the airflow to get a really nice light heat on something. It's either, whoa, face of God hot, or like cool as a cucumber. You know, so it's one or the other. It's a lot harder to get perfect control. It'd be a little bit better if I had a rheostat with a DC motor blower on it, but I have an AC blower and no rheostat control. So it'd be a little bit better with some rheostat control, but hey, beggars can't be choosers, right? Or cheapos can't be choosers. I didn't want to buy the DC motor and all the converter and all that other jazz. So one day my forging equipment may get high tech, but doubtful. I've made it 12 years in forging, right? Yeah, that's where we're at. 12 years in forging so far with archaic means of doing things, so I'll probably just continue on with that.
You're going to share your most complex forging project.
Oh, most complex forging project. So currently, as far as level of difficulty and some complexity, I would say right now currently I am working on a client's hammer. It's a Baroque hammer, a Baroque styling. And it is a panel hammer, and there is boss relief engraving on all four sides of the hammer with really elaborate, like a cantus leaf scroll work. So that's like the hardest, most complex thing so far. Second to that would have been probably the door lock that I forged with Tom Latané. That would probably be the second most complex thing I've ever done. So let's go over the anvil, Jess. Okay, so it's nice and hot. What do we do with it now? We're gonna get a little rawhide mallet. I'll pick which side we want to roll this up to. I like that side. So I'm gonna start rolling this. Scroll right on up. I'm using a rawhide mallet. Need to square that up. Oh, I got it crooked. What'd you do, Roy? I'm gonna square that up a little bit. I'll square that up in the next heat. You want to use a rawhide mallet or a soft wooden mallet for this, unless you want to add hammer blows, hammer marks. So I'm trying to reduce the amount of hammer marks. That's why I'm using a rawhide mallet. I will have to square that up with a pair of tongs in the next heat. I'll just grip it and kind of twist it a little bit to get it right back in line. Not a big deal, takes like seconds, takes mere seconds to do. We'll get this good and hot here. Comments, Jess? Yeah. Questions, complaints, concerns?
General Jack Wagonry. General Jack Wagonry. Well, General Jack Wagonry. I don't think that. Yeah, I definitely get tongue tied. Anywho's. Brute Lemon, he has to run. He says, gotta run. Y'all have a fantastic stream and God bless.
Awesome. God bless you, Brute Lemon. Thank you for being here.
What? Maybe this one counts as Jack Wagonry. Glam Smasher says, get a foot, Bellows. Work those glutes.
What? You saying I ain't got nice glutes? I got nice glutes.
Valst asked, how much duty rod did it take to hard face your swedge block?
Oh, I know, my swedge block anvil. $10, $15 rods. Probably depends on the diameter. For me, I was running a 3/16 rod on it, so it took like 15, 20 rods, somewhere in there. Let's go to the anvil real quick. Sorry, ladies and gents, I gotta stay on this and strike while the iron's hot. I'm gonna twist it in line. There we go, looks good. Grip it again. I need to tuck that in there a little bit better. And I'll probably get this a little hotter next time around. Everybody see how that's turning out? Looking pretty good, huh? Not too bad. Very nice.
You could do like a miniature version of one of those scrolls you've been doing, like just teeny tiny.
Yeah, I could. Like a fluted scroll or... Yeah, I could do that. That could be neat. Be a neat variation of that. Oh. What else we got, Jeff?
Michael Davis says, Roy, do you recommending heat treating a hardy cutoff?
Heat treating a what?
Hardy cutoff.
Depends on the steel, yes. If it's like a 1045 or like a really simple carbon steel, I would suggest heat treating it. It's going to lose its temper over time, but it'll make it a little bit better of a tool. Now, if it's a lot higher in carbon content, say like a 1075, 1095 simple carbon steel, I would suggest just leaving it as forged. So let it anneal, kind of cool down, keep it sharp, and only use hot stuff on it. But yeah, really kind of depends on the steel there. And thank you for whoever super chatted. I think we missed one there.
I'll have to scroll up and look. They're commenting about your glutes now. It's the second time you've showed your pants.
Yeah, they like the pants. These are the old pants. These I've been wearing for 2 years. Are we at the anvil? Yep. All right. I'm going to hammer this back. It's important to remember not to hammer this up too much because you have to be able to drill this and still tap it. So you don't want to like come over the top of this, right? You don't want to come over the top of this. I'm really liking the looks of that kind of wing nut. It's kind of a fun, quick wing nut to make. You know what? I think I remember seeing, if I'm not mistaken, John Switzer at Black Bear Forge make a wing nut exactly like this, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure I saw a video from him do that. I've seen it before at Quad State. It's nothing new. I mean, it's that style wing nut's been around for quite some time. But I believe that's where I seen the different steps, was at John Switzer's channel. So go check him out and give him a sub if you haven't already. That's John Switzer at Black Bear Forge. All right, we can roll up the other side. Look good?
Stephen Watkins says this wing is starting to look like Roy's soon-to-be mustachio.
I'm hoping it does. Wouldn't that have been great if I actually had good facial hair growing capabilities where I could have compared it on the mustache. But alas, that is one of the giftings I was not blessed with, is growing facial hair. Now my brother, on the other hand, if you ever get to meet my brother, that dude's a Wookiee. He can grow hair. His hair has hair. That's how hairy he is. He is totally hairy.
Metal Man Productions ask if you're going to do a leaf for the Blacksmith family tree.
I will have to look into doing that. So I'll have to take a look at the whole thing that's going on around that. Yamez kind of clued me in a little bit, but I need to educate myself more about that. I think it would be interesting to do one, but not sure as of yet. I need to figure that out, huh?
Sid Stone says you should forge a beard comb.
A beard comb? I should. I could get a little straighter beard that way. That'd be epic.
For the Honor Forge says Roy, that's called frizz.
That's called what?
When your hair has hair,
it's frizz. It's frizz, yeah. Well, he's got plenty of frizz. Yeah, he always liked to call me the hairless Yeti of the family. Little run joke. And I always called him a lint-covered cheese stick, so.
Oh, it's cheese ball.
Cheese stick.
James Anderson asks, how much have you learned on your own versus from classes or training?
You know, that's a great question. Speaking of that question, we could segue. I'll wait till I get that a little hot. I'll segue here, I think. So I've been doing this as a profession, so there is a lot of things that I have picked up. There's a lot of stuff that I do now that was built upon things that I was taught. So now where I'm at, there's a lot of learning. There's a lot of things that I do that I kind of learn by way of necessity. It's just stuff I need to do, I need to pick up, and I need to go with it. And that means I might not be doing it the most efficient way, the right way, the wrong way, but I'm just doing it to get the job done because that's something that the client asked for, okay? So for me, in that respect, right now, I am learning more on the realm of by myself, like a self-learn kind of thing. That doesn't mean I don't take classes. Up until this year, I've taken classes with Tom Latané, mostly exclusively, and other Smiths, Clay Spencer, Peter Ross. I haven't been able to do a Mark Asprey class yet. I plan on doing that next chance I get available. Douglas Pryor. I've taken classes from other really great Smiths, and that has advanced my forging abilities tenfold every time I take a class. So a class really helps cut your learning curve because it's really hard to kind of pop your eyes out, set them on a shelf, and watch everything that you're doing wrong or doing the hard way, right? Or not efficiently. Versus if you have somebody who knows, who's been there before, they can say, you know what, you are working really hard at that, my friend. Let me come alongside you and show you an easier way. So I highly suggest doing classes. So if I were to say how much I've learned, in my earlier years, I spent 4 years self-learning, and I learned more in 1 week of class with a Smith named Wayne Apgar. And I learned more in 1 week of class with him than I had learned the whole previous 4 years prior, just weekend worrying it. So It's kind of a hard thing to define. So I would say a good bit of what I am self-taught now is maybe 30%, 30, maybe 40% self-taught. The rest has all been by the good graces of some really awesome master smiths that have come across, that I have picked up really super helpful techniques from. That's a long-winded answer to beat all long-winded answers. All right, let's go to the anvil. Trying to get this thing to grip right. See, it's starting to do it to me again.
What kind of hammer are you using?
I am using a rawhide mallet, deer skin. A deer rawhide mallet. What I'm looking for in here is I'm trying to get something that looks like the other side as far as scroll work goes. I'm gonna have to get that booped a little bit. Looking pretty good. So we'll get that heated up again. What we got going on, Jess?
Corey Shire says, oh, nope, Ben Toombs. It's good to have awesome smithing friends.
Very much is. You know, you can learn a lot. You don't even have to have a master smith to be able to learn from. There's enough guys that maybe have done something and maybe they've just been trudging along, or maybe they learned from a master smith and now they're a secondary thing. I mean, you're getting a byproduct of a lot of Tom Latney's work effort into this guy right here, right? So, you know, a lot of this stuff that I'm messing around with nowadays, a lot of the stuff you see over on my Instagram, we can go to the anvil, Jess. A lot of the stuff that you see over on my Instagram and things like that, it has totally been inspired by like Tom Latney's work. And, you know, this is, you know, a very big part of me and what I do. So, you know, that's just something to, you know, keep in mind there is, you know, I'm a byproduct of all the smiths that kind of came before me. Don't like that. Hit it too hard there. But, you know, so he's enabled me because he's been so gracious to teach me things. We're going to go to the scroll savers here. Get that reheated up. I got to take that up just a bit. He's been gracious enough to, you know, allow me to have an internship up at his house. You know, took me in that way. I got to spend extra time with him. Really great instructor to learn from everywhere he teaches classes, things like that. And so I've had that real fortunate to do that. And so now I can go online as well. And now you're kind of learning by proxy. You know, you may never take a class at Tom Latney. You may not have the opportunity to, but you can come online and you can learn techniques that I've learned from him and learn that way. So even if you're in a group of friends, you may have a group of friends who've been down the road of making an axe or making a kniff or making whatever, right? And you can ask them for help. And they might be like, oh, dude, yeah, I tried that last week. That don't work, right? And boom, now you don't spend a week trying that thing that you were just getting ready to do. So it's really good if you can have a good supporting community around you to learn from. That's why blacksmithing clubs, I know it sounds kind of archaic, you know. It's like, oh, blacksmithing clubs. We go to the anvil. Blacksmithing clubs. What, you know, who wants to go to a blacksmith club? Right? Who wants to pay membership dues? That whole thing, geez, I don't know. That doesn't sound like fun. Stuff like that. But blacksmithing clubs, huge resource. Can be a huge resource to you. Definitely was a huge resource to me when I first got started in it. I don't know if I necessarily like this side. This one's giving me a little bit of fits here. It's okay. I don't know. It's okay. have to sand that off a little bit next time to get that straightened up. I need to bring this side in just a touch. What do they think? Look good?
Yeah, they're looking good.
Yeah. Yeah, so I kind of sauntered on about that. Probably not answering enough questions now. More questions.
Let's see. Daniel Crawford said, "It's fashionably late. Entry made. Shh, don't tell Miss Jess, she'll smack me around."
She sees all, Daniel. She sees all.
Let's see. They asked where you could get a good rawhide mallet, and also Kathy Bradbury had mentioned that she had found some good ones on Micro Tools online.
Okay. Then go with that suggestion. I don't know where you find good rawhide mallets at. I've just been fortunate enough to have people give me rawhide mallets. We can go to the Anvil.
Also, Clam Smasher wants to know what kind of music you like to listen to.
Oh, I listen to all sorts. Probably the biggest one. Well, I like listening to Christian rock. This is going to be a shocker for some folks, but I did grow up in the 90s. So I'm going to say I do like to listen to 90s music, certain 90s music. I should preface that. Certain 90s music. Not all 90s music is good 90s music. I don't know. Country, jazz. I am not a music, I guess I wouldn't say I'm a music buff, and I'm not a music snob either. I kind of just, I'll listen to whatever sounds like it's got a good tune to it. And I can listen to classical music if I'm in the mood. I can listen to jazz. I can listen to romantic kind of music. I can listen to pop. Even rap from time to time, although that is my least favorite of all genres. It's just not something I'm into personally. But occasionally I'll even listen to that. So, there's all sorts of things I'll listen to. That depends. Only thing I don't listen to, usually, I'm not a big fan of, vulgarity. That's kind of in music. If everything's F and F and F and F and stuff like that, it just shows unintelligence to me. So I don't appreciate that kind of music. Some people say, no, those people are more intelligent. Yeah. Well, let's see them apply for a college application like that. Nah, it's generally not accepted as intelligent. So, music like that, I generally stay away from. Or weird stuff like screamo or weird stuff like that, I stay away from that as well, because I don't understand what you're saying. I've had enough people scream at me in my life. I don't need to hear someone else do that for fun. Okay, so let me cool this off. Actually, nope. See, I almost did. You almost let me do it. I can't believe you people. You almost let me do it. Can they see? See me? Mustache. I'm not getting it any closer to my lips than that. Otherwise, I will have no mustache for Christmas. So that's basically it. I'm going to set that off to the side and let that cool. Got the Hacksaw frame here. Hey, let's go to camera number 2 and see how that looks in comparison. That can look pretty epic. I think that kind of fits it, don't you?
It does fit it pretty good. The other thing you could do would be the matching end, the halfpenny or whatever that is.
Oh, like the little snub end?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like that. That looks pretty cool. What's everybody think on that? Look pretty decent?
Thomas Hale says this hacksaw will be a nice combination of tool making and architectural smithing.
Yeah, just a little bit, won't it? All right, setting that off to the side to cool down naturally. I was going to end up cooling it, which would have been bad because I need to drill and tap that thing later if we're going to use it. You don't want to like shock it and cool it down. Even though it's mild steel, if I would have just cooled that down all at once, it being mild steel, well, it would have hardened just a little bit. It would have developed a little tough scale on the top and dull and drill bits and probably snap taps and everything else. So don't want that at all. All right, Jessica, what time are we at?
We are at 6:21.
How much? 6:21. And
we are at
300? Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you all for joining us. Thank you for everybody who's here. We're not leaving yet. We're going to give away this anvil here. Yeah, just thank you everybody for showing up. Thank you to all the contributions to the Super Chat Fund there to be able to give away anvils. This is anvil number 9, by the way. This is anvil number 9 that we'll be giving away. So, see here. Let's see if Roy can do math on camera. 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so we only have 3 more. We only have 3 more anvils this year to give away. Oh, been a long journey, but it's good. I actually I know I waffle on sometimes too much about the Super Chats, and I apologize, but I just want everybody to understand how much kind of appreciate that. There was really at the first this year when all the pandemic stuff and all this stuff going on out there in the world, like I just had mentioned, like, yeah, 2020, year of the anvil, it's gonna be great, and we're gonna do this, and woo, and I'm gonna give away anvils, and we're gonna do this and that, and I'm gonna find sponsorships to get people to, and get tools and give away things we're gonna make this the best live stream ever. And womp, 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 hit the brown note, right, for the year. one of those type things. And then it was like, oh man. So here I said we're going to give away anvils, and now this happens, right? And I am proud to say that by grace of God and all you blessed people out there who's been donating and super chatting for all this last year, you've made it possible for us to constantly give away anvils all year long, even through our slowest season. For a lot of people who don't know, my slowest season is about the week before Christmas till about June. The week before Christmas to June is my slow time. It's where I almost have 0 work coming in the shop. I get the occasional job. Now it's not so bad because the jobs I get in are usually like long scale kind of projects, but it used to be like dead, no income whatsoever coming in. And so, you know, in the good months, summer, I'd have to like work really hard to save and put back money and do all those things. So again, when that happened at the beginning of this year, it's like, man, it's like, I don't know how we're going to afford doing this. You know, I don't know how we're going to afford to give away all these anvils that now I've promised out, right? And I said, well, we're just going to do it 1 month at a time and see what happens. And everyone, you know, every one of those people on that initial donator list where you see at the beginning of these videos, these live streams, they are what pulled this through so we could make this the year of the anvil. So thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart to be able to do that. I'm glad. I was hoping like I would have been able to do a big finale at the end of the year and like give away a whole bunch of anvils, but there was a whole lot of other things that had to come in play. And then, of course, first part of the year kind of shot that in the foot. So we didn't get quite as far along as I would have liked, but is what it is. Yep, we're getting good. Yeah.
2020 is the chosen one.
2020, the chosen one. Yeah. No. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for supporting us with your views. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribing. We passed another milestone. We're at 61,000 some odd subs now. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll be at 70K by the end of the year. Anything could happen. Probably not. We only grow at about 1,000 subs a month, so we probably won't be there, but maybe next year. Maybe next year. Depends on how hard YouTube keeps docking educational content and sending it to the bottom of the pool. Oh, but anyways, thank you. Huh?
While we're on that topic here, 2 super chats came in. Jeffrey Walker says, love the scrolling videos lately. They have been a huge help. Question, do you make your own touch mark? I have been trying to make one, but keep boogering up a small one at 1/8 of an inch.
Yes, I make my own touch marks. So if you're struggling with that, you have to remember it might be your process. It might be what portion of the process you're orchestrating at the time. So think through your steps, like your touch mark, like your forging. If you look at this forging, we did like one step after another, right? So we did, okay, first we need to isolate the material. That's step 1. Step 2, we're gonna isolate the other side. Okay, we got that. Now we've got our center portion isolated. Step 3, we draw the other out halfway. Step 4, we cut it off the bar and cut the other and draw the other side out, right? Step 5, we continue to draw that out until it's a long taper, right? So we have a process that we can then go back and see where we went wrong during that. You can use that same process with file work, engraving, welding, you name it. If you just do it kind of break it down like a step by step by step when you're doing that. With touch marks, it can be difficult because you're trying to think of everything's in mirrored or in reverse and a lot of stuff like that. So it could be a little bit more on the difficult side. But I like to maybe get warmed up for the day, do a little bit of forging or a little something else to kind of get the hands limbered, get things like that. And then if you're doing a lot of little tiny file work, now you're a lot more attuned to those little small details, and you won't be so apt to file one off, or if you're forging it, you won't be so apt to forging it away to nothing, right? Those are hopefully some helpful tips for that. What else?
Yes. Uncle Buck's Forge says, wow, I made it, but I am at work. Thank you for the super chat, Uncle.
Hey, Uncle Buck's Forge, thank you so much, brother.
And then another yellow one from Bruce L. Stanton says, gotta pay it forward. God bless you all.
God bless you. Thank you, Bruce. Greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. All right, let's give away some more sticker packs. We've got so many people in here. We're coming close to the thing. I'm going to start on the actual nut here. This, I don't know what you want to call it, spacer, washer, ferrule, or something like that. We'll give away the anvil, and then we'll look into doing that a little bit. I'll play around just a little bit so you guys can kind of see how it's starting off, or how we're going to start off doing that. We probably won't finish this stream, but we'll mess around with it. Like I said, the main purpose of this stream is to give stuff away and progress somewhat towards our ultimate goal, right? All right, let's give away 2 more sticker packs, Jess. And so, what do you want this one to be?
Just draw randomly from people who comment something
Yeah.
with the word stickers in it.
Okay, come up with something creative with the word stickers in it, and we'll just give away to one random name. We'll wait. Are they commenting? Huh? Okay, we ready? All right. Who do we got?
We have Fix It with Biscuit, who says sticker me.
Fix it with biscuit, sticker you shall. Sticker I will. Contact down, I better not start that. Roy, the Yoda of blacksmithing there. Comment, taken, go through the contact link. We'll get that out to you. Thank you for winning. Who was it again? Sorry.
Fix It with Biscuit.
Fix it with biscuit. Congratulations. All right, we can do one more. You ready? They saying sticker comments? Yep. Plenty of comments? Set, go. Who do we got?
We have James Anderson who says, sticker it to me.
Sticker it to me. Well, you've been stickered to. Congratulations. Get with the contact link down below.
And technically it's an email, not a link. Somebody was earlier, was like, where's the link? It's an email.
No, go, whatever. Go, just switching things on me. You tell them. Correct me. Correct me, woman, when I'm wrong. Do it like you do when we're off camera. Y'all want to know where I'm sleeping tonight? In the shop. I can't pick on Jess too much. She will make sure I sleep in the shop. So. Well.
You're just staring at me, Anna.
Well, I don't have. Oh, look. Oh, yeah, so-and-so commented.
Oh, yes. People still commenting about stickers.
Commenting about stickers. They still want another sticker, huh?
Thomas Hale says, sticker a day, leave it quicker.
All right, any questions? Are we good?
We're good.
Okay. All right. So that brings us to our next item of the evening. Let's go to this item of the evening, shall we?
Show off its features.
Show off its various features. I can't take that. That might be copyrighted by Jorg Sprave, whatever. Jorg Sprave, that guy. I like that guy. Anyways, slingshot channels. Yeah, can't take his little thing. This might be mighty nice to give away. What do we think? Is everybody ready for the Anvil giveaway? We ready to give this Anvil away?
You should give the disclaimer about the 48.
Why don't you give the disclaimer? Jessica will now give you a disclaimer.
You are now receiving a disclaimer. Yes, since we are sending it directly from the manufacturer to the winner, you have to be in the continental 48 United States per the requirements. And also you have to be over 18. If you are under 18, your guardian has to accept it on your behalf. And lastly, I guess, just like all of our giveaway items, you have a maximum of 2 weeks to claim it. Otherwise, it will get recycled in a following live stream.
Back to me? Yeah. You know what I thought of just now? I need a green screen. Because we could do it like the Weather Channel, right? Like when we're telling people, like, okay, so what we've got here is we've got a giveaway that's only to the lower 48 states, you know, and we can pop open a map of the United States, you know, like they got on the Weather Channel, and you're like, you see a cycle of winners, and there's a winner circle right there coming across the East Coast, you know, and then be like, and the people in Canada, hey, nobody cares about those people, or something. I would make her page sad, wouldn't I? Oh, but yeah, no, wouldn't that be great having a green screen? You know, you're like, hey, it's going to be this, and it's going to be 78 degrees wherever the guys win. Oh, way in Florida, or whatever.
You could have like a little button you press, like the projectors, how they come down, but instead of it being a projector screen, it's green, so they like see it. They see it coming.
They see it coming. That'd be good. I'm sure plenty of people would love for us to do that. I don't know how much any of this is practical to a blacksmith shop. I still need to keep a blacksmith shop. And then I can't wear green, otherwise part of me will be missing. Yeah, they will. They'll be like, "Oh, where's Roy going? It's just his head." Oh man. All right, well, we're having too much fun with that. Everybody's ready for this Anvil giveaway or what? They all commenting?
We have 344, so they are anticipating the end.
Sweet, 344 people, eh? Right on. They all know when to show up, huh? Right at the end of the stream. Well, it's not at the end yet. We still have some other things to play around with. But, all right, so we're going to draw for this Anvil. Like Jessica said, it's open to U.S. residents only. Unfortunately, we're sad about that, but just is what it is from the manufacturer there. Plus, it'd be like $900 to ship it anywhere else in the world right now. So, again, All you need to do to win is be present here, and you need to come up with a phrase. It has to be a phrase, a whole comment, like an actual sentence, an intelligible sentence. It can't just be a bunch of letters stuck together. You got to come out with an intelligible sentence. And Jessica's going to pull one name at random from that comment section after I'm done ringing the anvil. You ready for this, Jess? Yeah. Are the comments coming in? They're breaking the internet? All right, here we go. We're going to draw for it. Hold on. Who do we have?
All right, it looks like we have Jeffrey Cross, who says shipping is cool.
Haha, Jeffrey Cross, congratulations. You are the winner of the 9th. Bam, 9th. Yep, gotta make sure all my fingers are right. Yep, 9th Anvil, 66-pound Achayo Anvil. For those of you who didn't win, we'll be giving another one away next month in the month of October. It will be at the second live stream in October. So you know. So the following live stream in October, the 1st of October's live stream, will be, again, a bunch of door prizes. Who knows, we might forge some tongs. We might give away just some tong blanks. We'll see what we come up with. But so if you're here and you got a jet and you were here just for the anvil giveaway and you're like, oh, drat, I never win. Well, you got to show up to more live streams because there's more giveaways to be had. So thank you all. Thank you all for who's been supporting and all that. That will help with the anvil, both purchasing it and shipping it in this stream. You guys are awesome. Thank you, and congratulations. Get with us through the email in the description. Is that right? That's correct. The contact point in the description. There, that's what I can call it, huh? Yeah. Yeah? Does that work for you? No. Good. Everybody excited? Everybody happy? Well, except for the people who didn't win. Most people are happy.
Corey Shire's like, nah, he doesn't want it. You can send it to me. But Jeffrey Cross, I see his comment here. He said, thanks, guys. What a blessing.
Awesome. Awesome. Glad it is a blessing. Now, let's see here.
Cake says, hopefully your thumb is sealed up by next giveaway. You need all 10 digits.
Yeah, I do. I need all 10 digits. So, well, I'm losing the thumbnail. Basically, that's coming off. So right now, the thumbnail's kind of broken in half, but it hasn't fully separated yet because the new nail is growing in underneath. And so instead of me snagging on it, everything and its brother, I just taped it up here with a Band-Aid. Oh. They really didn't need to know any of that information, did they? But now you do. So there you go, kids. Don't go whacking your thumbs with hammers. It's usually you're going to have a bad time. Going to have a real bad time. I think I got to go grab me a piece of round stock, so I will be back in a second. Jessica, be entertaining.
I suppose it would help if I unmuted my microphone. Let's see here. Up on the screen there, I went to our brief commercial break screen, which is it's a flyer for Roy's next class here. And this one's going to be taking place in November. It's basically Roy's last class of 2020. I'm not sure how many spots are still available, so if you are interested, make sure to contact our contact point, Jamie Geyer, soon, to save your spot. And Roy plans on doing this for Christmas. It's going to be right around the Thanksgiving weekend, so it's just the weekend right after Thanksgiving. And you can come up to Goshen, Ohio and do some forging with Roy, and you'll get to go away with a skillet, and if time allows, he's also going to do some ornaments. So that is the commercial break. I'll go back to main cam until Roy returns. He's still getting his medal. As far as just a couple little updates, if you follow us over on Instagram at Christ Center and Ironworks, we post a lot of behind the scenes photos over there, so you can always make sure to check those out. Roy tends to post also some completed projects that he's been working on, and sometimes those make it into videos, so you'll kind of get a behind the scenes, or, well, I guess you say you get a precursor of what's coming up on the channel if you kind of check that out over there as well. Goshen, how far is that from Findlay? Yeah, is it 2 hours?
Not sure. Goshen is about 20 minutes northeast on the outer loop of Cincinnati. So wherever you're at from Findlay to that. All right, I'm gonna have to upset some material to get, I don't have the proper size material to make this portion here, so I'm gonna have to upset some material first. So we'll get that hot. Get rid of these smaller tongs and get out the big honkers. What we got, Jess?
Todd Good says, has anyone ever built Roy's power hammer? This is just kind of a general question he posed. I'm looking to get the PDF plans that we offered to make it. He's had a sledge donated and figured he could use it on his old railroad anvil to strike on.
Okay, awesome. I'll let somebody else answer, because it doesn't make sense for me to answer because no one will believe it, because I'm the guy who's selling the plans.
Well, I mean, people do tag us on Instagram, and also we do have I think we have a review system still up where people leave a star rating of when they built it and kind of like what their thoughts are on the individual plans.
Boulder dash. Just have to hold it the old-fashioned way with smaller tongs.
Bortagov says, nobody knows I won all 8 previous anvils with my sock puppet YouTube channels. Muhahaha.
That person is wishing. Wishing hard. Oh.
Jamie, blacksmithing in Goshen, Ohio, says, looking forward to that class. Either that's Jamie or somebody just took up that username.
Probably is.
Okay.
That's his username. So I'm glad you're looking forward to the class. I'm looking forward to teaching it, sir.
For the Honor Forge, I want to make the beam hammer, have the plans, just not the proper space.
That is always the trouble, ain't it? It's always the trouble. I get asked all the time, like, what do you do with all these power hammers? I've sold them, I've given them away, and yeah, that's basically it. I mean, other than my main shop power hammer, which I kept in my shop. But you got to remember, I came from a shop that was a little 12 by 20 building, and I had a 40 by 60 building worth of stuff packed in that 12 by 20 building. So I had to get rid of something. I couldn't keep up. I couldn't keep the hammers in, so I built the hammers, and I either gave them away or I sold them. So depending on the different types of hammers I made, most of them got sold. Oh, the little sledgehammer hammer, the DaVinci cam hammer, the revisited version and the original version, I gave to my brother. So those are still working and still usable. So they're still actually working. And they do for what he needs to do, which is just small projects on the weekend. They do great for that. So one thing I will tell you about all my hammers, I just recently got a real negative comment about my main shop power hammer on one of my older videos where I was talking about it. I was showing off some things of it. And basically, guys coming out just saying that it's junk. It's just a junk hammer design. And the deal is not every power hammer out there is meant to move 2 inches of material or 3 inches of material or even 1 inch of material. If you get yourself a 25-pound little giant, that's going to cost you about $3,500 to about $4,700 fully rebuilt. You buy yourself a little 25-pound little giant, it's not working 1 inch material either. It's not going to work 1 inch material. that hammer there, I've got a total of $1,500 invested in it, and that's with a lot of trial and error and stupidity on my part. So I could have probably made that hammer for $800. So, you know, the cost difference, right? Now I have a higher usage of my time and figuring and factoring and things, but that's just how, you know, that's how that works. So not everybody is blessed with, oh, I could just go out and buy an Yang tomorrow. Well, you know, that's not 99.99% of us. That's the upper 1% who can afford to do that, or they're willing to take and leverage their children's future on a boatload of debt to, you know, get a hammer like that in their shop to begin with. Others, like me, have to work up to that, or I have to have a reason to have something like that in my shop. So my hammers are specifically more or less designed to work 1-inch material. My main shop power hammer, the revisited version of it, it's got a 75-pound ram on it, and it can work about 1.25 inches comfortably. But that's its max out. So you need to take in, you know, 5/8, it'll make it, mush it into a penny, you know, just fine. But you start getting up into the larger masses, you really got to think about larger material. So let's go to the anvil real quick. I need to do some upsetting here. So I've got it nice and hot. I'm gripping it in my tongs here, not very well. I'm taking big hard blows on this because I need a lot of material to upset, a lot of thickness and material to upset. So I'm taking really good hard hammer blows on this piece to get it upset. Using my cut-off hammer there to do the upsetting, just because it's a slightly heavier hammer, and I need to through-put the heavy hitting. So you can see we've really jumped it up in size. So we're going to keep upsetting that until I get to the size I want, which is approximately 7/8 inch round or so, maybe 1 inch, so call it 25 mil round. Questions?
Yes, Gordon Farmer wants to know your opinion on hydraulic presses.
Hydraulic presses, great machines. I mean, they're good. They're good for what they're good for, and they're bad for what they're bad for. Presses are slow. They can be somewhat fast, just depending on the way your pumps and you've got your press designed. They're great at squishing larger pieces, but finesse and fine control, like smaller things, once you get down, it's a waste of time. So like if you need to feather out a really thin taper, a press is not your thing. It's not. On a power hammer, you can set like a gauge block and just top, 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 and planish out a piece. You're not going to be able to do that as well on a press. Now, there's benefits, there's pros and cons to both. If you can afford both, get them. Get them in your shop, you know, build up your tooling to have both. They will both come in super huge handy for you. Presses are quieter than power hammers unless you have a really noisy pump. You know, presses are quieter than power hammers in general. So if you're in a suburban area, people are going to be more tolerant to you squishing pieces of material under a press than hearing the thump, 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 thump over in your garage or something like that. So that's something to keep in mind on there. Again, doesn't make the press better, doesn't make the power hammer worse. It's a different tool for a different job, and you may want to use it. Presses, I've got a press. I've actually got to rebuild my press because the first time I built it around was from a guy who didn't know how to build presses. And so second time around, I'll do a much better job. But yeah, that's what I think of it. So, all right, I'm going to cool off the very end of this because it's swelled up sufficiently. Cool off the very end. And then we're going to upset the rest of it. So now we can focus our hammer blows. To thicken up this back part. So if you don't have the piece of material you need, you can always thicken up a bar. Not quite there yet. Need to do one more round of upset. But you can see how much that's grown. So get that hot again, and I'll cool down the very end of it again.
John Zempel stopped in. He says, "Hi everyone. I haven't been on lately. My wife and I just welcomed a baby girl at the end of July."
Hey, awesome. Congratulations. Good to have you here. Congratulations on welcoming a new baby girl into the world. Was a baby girl, right? Yeah. I heard that right. I'm hoping. I do pay attention, folks. I do pay attention.
Just gonna get better. Wants to know when we're gonna see more of Jess's art videos. Not quite sure. Yeah, October, I think we have 3 live streams scheduled. So because the last one falls at the very end of the month, we may just do an enameling live stream. So we'll know more towards the beginning of October.
Yep.
Wayne Heights says, "Building up tooling is always an ongoing process, LOL."
You're never going to be done building up tooling. And then once you get your tooling built up, it breaks down, it wears out, you build more tooling, you buy more tooling. There's something better, grander, greater that comes out. You upgrade, you downgrade, you upsize, you downsize, you move shops, you get a bigger shop, you get a smaller shop. Yeah, it's never ending. So, and then you die. And then your wife sells everything for like pennies on the dollar. All your precious treasures.
Unless your wife's Jessica, in which she knows how to drive a hard bargain.
Yes. So for all those, we'll just say this preemptively. When I'm dead and gone, for all those people who say, "Man, can't wait for Roy to croak, because that's going to be a sweet auction to go to. That's going to be a sweet buy." Get prepared to pay through the nose for my tooling, because she won't let any of it out for cheap.
You're a celebrity, right? So that makes everything like 10 times the cost.
Oh, Lord. I warned you. Let's go to the anvil. I'm going to quench this off. And good enough. That's all we need. And by the way, upsetting goes better if you have a proper fitting pair of tongs. I just don't have a pair of proper fitting tongs for this size bar stock, so. All right. Square that off. There. Decent. That's a lot better. That's the size I'm going for, so we're going to stick with it. You guys see the thickness there. All right, get a heat on that. We'll go to the next step. What time is it, Jess? How many people we got?
We are looking at 6:54 p.m. Eastern Time here in Michigan. And it looks like our concurrent viewers is 329.
All right, so for the next part of this, I'm going to make a fairly simple nut right here, if you will. I'm just going to fuller 2 grooves close to one another, and then that'll get rounded over with a file, or I might take it and drill a hole in it and then just use a belt grinder and a drill or a file and try to turn this little spacer here a lot nicer, this little washer / spacer. So I'm going to actually break out the guillotine tool. Again, We'll break out the guillotine tool again. And we're going to change the dies in it because we don't need butcher dies in it. We're going to find my smaller dies. I can find them, hopefully quickly. I got some 1/4 inch round dies. I'm going to slam in here real quick, hopefully. So that burns up. Ah! Ah! All right. All right. The butcher dies out of the way. Those dies are heavy when they land on your feet. So again, I've got some 1/4 inch fullering dies on there. So we're going to use those. We good, Jess? Okay, so we're going to come out. You got the anvil? Yep. Okay. We're going to come out. We're going to go ahead and stick this in about, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch in from the end. And we're going to start a good groove. And we're going to turn it up on a tangent and then to the other tangent, and then on around we go. Now we're just going to roll this as we go through the dies here. Again, don't get too carried away. We don't want to get too carried away there. All right, so now I'll go back one. I'll go ahead and leave out a good middle spacing here. About a 1/2 inch of material maybe. Out the back side of the die. Tangent. Right on around. So we got started. Can people see that? Okay. All right, we'll get that hot again.
Carnage Creations, Paul Fontanini says, make sure Roy touch marks all his tools before he croaks.
All of them. Make sure I get buried with my touch mark. That way, there can never be another knockoff. And how am I going to be buried, you may ask? Incinerated, so. There will be no digging me back up. I shall be schmelted. And then Jessica will sell my ashes for like good look little keeps for like 12 cents on the dollar. Get an ounce of Roy for 45 bucks.
Extra special flop.
Yeah, I'll be added to everybody's cans of boraxes so they can just sprinkle me out from time to time.
Kid KB says, does the anvil ever get hot?
My anvil never does. My anvil never really does get hot. Smaller anvils will. They'll get hot. If I work on a lot of hammers in a day, like a bunch of billets of like larger stock, it'll get warm to the touch, like just slightly above body temp. But that's only up here. You touch down 4 inches down and it's ice cold. So my anvil never gets hot, really. A smaller anvil will warm up quite sufficiently, yes. All right, back to the anvil cam. Yeah, those are about even. I'm looking for depth of groove. I'm trying to make sure that they're both about even in depth. It's really the only prerequisite here. You don't want to get carried away with it. And the reason why is if you get carried away with it, you won't be able to drill this thing out because you'll drill into your groove. So you got to maintain some material thickness here. That looks all right. Got a little more on this side. Okay, that looks pretty decent to me for what I'm trying to do. There'll be cleanup work on this clearly. But now the next thing I need to do is I need to upset this piece again. So you guys have looked at it like, oh, ain't that a little long? And you're right, it is. I need to upset this piece a bit. So I'm gonna take this out of the anvil. We don't need that out of the anvil top anymore. Get rid of that. And now we're gonna both square this end and upset this, and that's gonna push those troughs closer together. It's gonna shorten this piece overall. And if I don't end up liking this, I'll find some different bar stock and we'll forge it out a different type of bar stock. Oh, a little different size. I'll get something else by the next live stream. Questions, Jess? Comments?
For the Honor Forge says, I'm not sure I'd want Roy Flux. Some of him would end up in my slack tub. I don't want to have to explain that on a Mankey Tank day.
There'll be a little bit of Roy in there for you. Want to know my secret? I got Roy in the bottom of the bay. So many people will use that. Oh.
Todd Good says, man, I could fry an egg on my 55-pound anvil after a good day's of work.
Well, 465 pounds has a tendency to not heat up, unfortunately. Fortunately and unfortunately, so. Yeah, not even 55 degrees maybe.
Gliding Edge says, what are you going to make after the hacksaw?
Maybe another hacksaw. So I've been following a guy over on Instagram for a little while. He's making the other version of this. And of course, he's like way better at doing these than me, because if you just look at his Instagram, he's making a bunch. His name's Seth Gould. And he's made some locks before and stuff. That's where I'm associated with him. I've followed his work because he's been making like really fancy locks and stuff. But he's got some decorative hacksaws. It's the type that don't come up. So basically, this rolls down and this bar kind of just arches over out here at the end. He's been making some of those. I'm going to give that one a try next, I think. And then for this year, I'm thinking, since it's been so long and forever, we will probably work on finishing up some of the projects that we didn't finish like a year and a half ago in live streaming, which is handheld vise, little handheld jeweler's vise. And then I also have another vise that I've been needing to finish up that 4 years ago, I took a vise making class with Tom Latney. And so I've got some of those components. So I might actually go through the process of finishing some of that so you guys can see a much bigger vise build. So we'll see how that goes over time, leaving it open to interpretation. We go to the anvil. All right. Upset this material. Hammer it down. This is not my most favorite way of upsetting material. Usually I like to do it from the ends, but this is just one way of getting it done. There's multiple ways of skinning the same cat. So it just helps crisp up lines and shrink those trough lines back down. So now before I do much of anything else, I'm actually going to need to cut this material off. So we'll come out with it a fuzz to make up for the file work that's ultimately going to have to happen. Right, round and round we go. Nice and square like. Probably take one more heat on this. I don't have to, but in an effort of saving time, I'll just take one more heat on that. Once I part this off the bar stock, I can more appropriately upset the piece. So once I part it off the bar stock, then I can squish the whole piece down a bit more and then round it up, and then those trough lines will be in there. And I may have to re-clean those up, go back in and use another round of fullering to get it where I want it, but it'll be there close.
Hammer Time New York says, did I hear the upset area should be squared up? My upsets tend to occur in areas I have the most heat. Does a square better isolate the upset?
The way to isolate upsets to get them the best, a square doesn't isolate upsets any better than round does. The way that you isolate upsets is cooling off the areas you don't want upset and localizing the intense portion of the heat where you want the upset to occur. So if you want an upset to happen over, say, 2 inches of material and squish it down to whatever and it get like really out there, right, like really wide, well, then you want to heat up, 2 inches of material, cool everything off up to that 2 inches, and then just work on compressing that 2 inches of material to upset it. Upsetting is all about heat control, not the shape or size necessarily. The shape or size will be problematic, say, if it starts bending. If it's really thin bar, it's going to want to go wonky on you all the time and go all over the place. So that's not as good of a thing to upset versus thicker bars. But you don't always have thicker bars to work with. Lighter blows are going to upset or more broad, brad out the end of the piece, versus heavy blows are going to send more kinetic energy through the piece and can more compress the entire length of the heated zone. So hopefully that'll help you. A short explanation on upset there. And somebody super chatted, by the way.
Yes, that was Heath Miller, and he said, a little late for the stream. Did I miss the poopery and the kilt jokes?
No, plenty of time for poopery. Let's go to the Anvil, Jess. Take whatever comments you have.
Jason McPherson says it looks like a mini rounding hammer.
It is. Consequently, if that's what you wanted to do, you could probably punch a hole in it. And do exactly that. Make a little miniature rounding hammer. Good to go. Set that off to the side someplace. Set those down. Grab that so you guys can see that. Get that hot again. What's going on, Jess?
Not much. Yeah, they wore out their thumbs earlier.
They did. They wore them out.
They did. Dave. No.
Slow night. How many people was out on the stream? How many quiet eyeballs?
Quiet eyeballs observing. 339.
Bit. Awesome. We're glad to have everybody. Heats up. You already told them about the class that's coming up. Good. I don't know how many spots. I was supposed to talk to Jamie about that. I don't know how many spots are already filled, but if you're waiting, don't, because that's going to be a very popular class. We're almost there. Let me take this. Let me take this heat, and then I'll segue to where I want to segue. Okay? Got it? Got it gripped here. Squatting this piece down. Now it's going to get tricky. Let's hold it, Roy. Hold it. Probably have to just end up rounding this up later a little bit better, but we'll take another heat on it and planish this back out. Hopefully people can see where we're going with it though. Everybody see that? We're saving ourselves loads of file work and file time. See it? Yeah? Can they see that? All right. Does everybody think of that? Look good? So obviously this shoulder is going to get filed back a lot more. This is going to get really squared back off up here, and then this is going to go a lot deeper on here, and then it'll be there. But that's why we left enough room that we can do that, so we can adjust those shoulders to exactly where we want with the file. But need to go ahead and take one more heat on that and do some cleanup work on it. I just set that right on top. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Bob Roberts says, or asks, guillotine blades are rounded for that, or are they sharpened ones for cutting?
Guillotine blades? They're rounded. Those are 2 pieces of 1/4-inch drill rod welded to mild steel dies to do that. That's what I did for those. You can do it out of just mild steel. You just have less time to work it. You have to work it hot, and you got to cool your dies from time to time if you make your dies out of solid mild steel. But yeah, just really simple form, just really simple preforms to impression into there. You can make dies that literally do this, make this shape all in one hit. Boom, 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 boom. You can see them under power hammers. People like to use bearing races. You cut a piece of bearing race and you weld it into dies like spring fuller dies, and that leaves like a mid ball on things. That's really handy for this. There's a lot of ways of doing the same thing.
Rodney asked why you don't use gas.
Why don't I use gas? I do use gas. There's gas forge over here. I only use gas when I need it for specific purposes. Oh, that's kind of key there. I use tools for tools. Go to the anvil. If a tool's not working, like these tongs, it's no longer my friend. I go and I use whatever tool most adequately does the job at hand. And that's how I believe every smith should be. Don't get sold out to only using one type of tool or one piece of tooling. Power hammers are not the best. Presses are not the best. Rounding hammers are not the best. Cross peen hammers are not the best. There's only the tool that is right for the job. It is the smith that makes the tools, not the tools that make the smith. Remember that, memorize it, keep it in your head. Definitely going to have to clean up these lines. But I got it nice and round. That's what I was trying to do. See it? Got that really nice and round. And I got that other side, I believe, yes I did, really nice and round. So I mean, that's what I was working for there. Now I can come back and clean up those trough lines a little bit using the guillotine tool.
Gordon Farmer says it would be an honor if you would critique his hammer work.
His hammer work, huh? Gordon Farmer did? Yep. Okay. What type of hammer work?
If you post a video, probably.
Yeah, if you post a video, I'll do it, Gordon. I'll try to take a look at it. I didn't mean to throw you, my precious. I didn't mean it. I'll put it back away where she belongs.
Daniel Crawford says, my anvil sits outside. On those days, it's 110 plus outside. I'm sure you could cook eggs on her. Definitely do not touch barehanded.
Yeah, well, there's certain cases like that could happen. Maybe if I lived in a really hot state or had my anvil in full sun, maybe Olga would eventually heat up to a point like that.
Gliding Edge says, but can the smith exist without the tools?
Yeah, because he's going to make them in short order, so. Yes, he can. Yes, you can. All right, that's all I set to heat. I'll round that up a bit more. No, it's hot enough. Let's go to the anvil. Everybody enjoying this? If anybody's enjoying this stream, let me know down in the comment section down below. Say that you're enjoying it. Let a fella know that he's not alone in this slow, cold, cruel YouTube world.
Jason McPherson says, one tool to rule them all.
Well, some would have you believe that that's true. Suck at blacksmithing, just get a rounding hammer. Now you're epic. Now you're perfect. Suck at blacksmithing, grab a power hammer. Now you're the best smith that there ever could be or ever was. Some people would literally have you believe that. Suck at blacksmithing, get a smithing magician. That's all you need. Buy now. But all this stuff is fallacies, so don't believe it for a second. There we go, nice and clean. Get this out of the way. Brushing. She's ready for file work.
Paul Fontanini says he's enjoying it very much. The Wonder Boy 420. Wiley Rook Bladeworks says, yep, gold stuff. Stephen Watkins says, loving it.
Good. Good, good, good. There we go. It's not the cleanest forging I've done in the world, but it's what they make a file for. So there we go. We got that good and done. Grab this. Picture's starting to come together. That'll go in there. Don't roll away. This thing should be cold now. That'll go on there like so. And again, that'll go on there like so. So the whole thing's coming together, ain't it? Starting. Our elements are getting forged and getting there. So I'll let that cool off naturally by its oneself. Put these around. There. All righty. There we go.
Thomas Hacker asked if you made your own apron.
Nope, I had a guy by the name of Chip Brown at Brown Cow Art make this for me. He is a master at leatherworking, really is, so really great guy. Oh, alrighty. So there we have it. We gave away stuff, we gave away anvils, we made one. I chumped out, I made one wing nut on camera that I decided I like, you know, so I'm probably gonna go with that one there. So what we did good, we gave away some tong clips, gave away 3 pairs of tong clips and 6, probably a lot of stuff. Sticker packs, you know, and an anvil. Can't beat that, can't beat everybody's support either. So I'm gonna also give you guys just a little sneak, like a little bit of a heads up. I have some videos coming out this upcoming week. We're still kind of going through the fundamental series. So over the next couple weeks, you'll see those kind of finish up a little bit. I have a few more coming. I I have other different projects that are on the go. I've got some different hooks. I've got some fire pokers I've forged. I've got some good content coming up. So definitely subscribe and the bell for notifications and all that jazz if you care to see any of that type of content. Obviously, if you want to be a part of the streams and want to know when they're going on, if you're new, hit that bell. Even if you've been here a while, subscribe and bell for notifications so this way you get notified when we go live. That's crucial. Jessica puts the next live stream, the scheduled date, down in the description down below, so you can click on that. Is it a link?
Yes.
You can click on that link and it'll take you to the next live streams page, and you can go ahead and just hit set reminder, and YouTube will actually send you a reminder that the live stream's about to go on in 30 minutes or an hour. You can set that up of however you want. So got some great things planned. I actually got a series that I am working on currently, that it's in the process, it's in the works. It's actually going to be I'm going to be calling it the Lumberman series. So we'll be making tools of the trade of timber framing. So for timber frame stuff, I've got some projects I'm wanting to work on, some different timber framing projects around the house here. And we have the access, if you guys have been following me on Instagram, we have the access to be able to go to national forests, and we've got permits where we go cut, wood and haul it in for our own purposes and haul in, some pretty big timbers to be able to do stuff, which is great because I need those for a lot of little projects around here. So we're going to be making some different stuff, some really neat things, axes and draw knives and timber slicks and all sorts of good stuff if anybody's interested in that. So you'll definitely want to stick around for those. That'll be coming up. You can probably expect that around the first year or closer, probably closer to Christmas time by the time those videos come out. Should be pretty good. I don't know what's everybody saying about that. I like it.
G. Taylor says, Lumberman series sounds outstanding. Can't wait.
Yeah. I'm hoping it'll be epic. We'll see. I'm going to add my own spin to it. There is a lot of smiths out there that make axes. I am not an axe maker. I'm not a hatchet guy. I'm not a knife maker. I'm not none of those things. So they're not my forte along that line. But what I'm going to be bringing to the table is my own spin on some of this stuff. No, probably won't be Damascus. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in Damascus either. I'm more interested. You'll see. You'll just have to watch the videos to kind of see how those come out. And then one other thing for the epic people that always like to support us and what we do here at Christ Center Ironworks. In next month's live stream, we're going to make live a new feature on the channel. So it'll actually go live next live stream when we go live. We're going to take and open up our channel for channel memberships. Now, for people who don't know what those are, it's a service that YouTube provides. It's similar in like to Patreon, except it's just all stepped on platform. You don't have to go to and sign into a Patreon account or anything. It's all kept on platform on YouTube. It's convenient. You can just click on it and you can see whatever, I've got going on over there. But the main purpose, and I tossed this around quite a bit. We were going to release this at the beginning of the year, but with everything that's going on in the world, didn't really feel at the right time to take and release that. So coming to the end and closing up the end of 2020 here, I kind of been struggling with that a little bit of what value can I add in addition to people if you're going to support, say, make that thing where you're going to put a $5 donation in every month or something like that, and it's a membership type deal. There'll be more information in the next live stream, and we'll have a whole thing on it, so this way you guys can, if you're interested in that sort of thing, so you can see it. But I've been, grappling with that. What can I add in value that's not cheesy, not super gimmicky, not weird. I want to return something in value, gratitude for that type of support. And the thing I thought of is, and it's actually just here recently, I kind of went through a little bit of a spell. I've had a lot of videos kind of pre-stocked up. I've, recorded a bunch of videos. I've batched a bunch of videos. So it was kind of good, but I kind of went through a little spell here recently of just really, quite honestly, thinking about deleting my YouTube channel completely and just not doing YouTube anymore. And the reason for that is how much work there is in the channel, and then you just seem to get a bunch of bozo comments sometimes that just come in all at once. And it usually, like it or not, it doesn't hit you on your good days either. It doesn't hit you on your good days when you're being like a duck and just letting everything roll off your back, right? No, it hits you on your bad days. You know, when you're having a bad day or something like that, you get 100 jackwagons make comments on your videos, you know, like, you suck, or skip to 10 minutes into the video and avoid all this nonsense this guy's talking about, you know, to get to the point, like all these things. And so for someone who's put in 1,450 videos, I kind of had to grapple with it a little bit, like, is this sustainable? Is this something I want to do long term? You know, I don't know, how much more else is there to talk about? You know, how much more do I really care to share? You know, do I want to make another nail hook video? You know, how many more tong videos can I make? I mean, I've made a crud ton of tong videos. I have playlists of videos that I've made that are larger than what some people's channels are of videos. Whole entire video collection of them, their channels. I have playlists that size. So anyways, so going through that, I get those other comments. I get those comments where people are like super supportive, or they'll send me an email and say how well like something that I did or I taught helped them in their thing. You know what I mean? And then it's just like, well, what I'm doing apparently has purpose. It has value, right? And so it's nice to remind myself of that, especially before I get on camera. So I don't come over our house as a jerk, because, you know, I have bad days too, like anybody else. You know, tire goes out, stub my toe in the morning. Jess and I got in a fight over some little pit and squabble or something like that, right? Like, I have my down days too. And then when you got to pop open on the camera, those aren't the days, by the way, to get in front of a camera, because it bleeds out, you know. Or I might have just had an altercation with some commenter who's just being a complete jerk. And it was like right in the middle of me trying to film something, because I was like, hey, you know what? I think this will help a beginner out there. And then you got punched in the face, basically, with no retribution. Can't rain down holy fire from on high, right? Like, you just can't do that. But anyway, so on to that. I know I'm rambling a bit. I don't know. I'm looking over at Jessica. She's like looking at the comment section. It's making me nervous anytime anytime I get vulnerable on front of camera, it gets me nervous. You know, I don't know what all the comments are flying in. No gauge here. But so because of that, I'll get into why I'm going to do the channel memberships. I'm going to get into doing the channel memberships to provide the opportunity for those who want to take and support the educational content. Here of lately, YouTube has not been promoting our videos very well. They, like, I don't know. I'm the redheaded stepchild of the internet, I think. There's too much of my content or something. It's not clicking. There's other channels that are doing far beyond what I do in video views per video. And frankly, I don't care. I want to do content that I feel like will help people and help and do that. So people who support us on a regular basis, all these people who have super chatted tonight, for instance, to allow these anvils to get shipped and to do stuff like that. I'm super grateful for those people. And that's why we honor them at the beginning of live streams. And so I want to do my channel membership structure as a way of honoring those who want to take and support what we do on a monthly basis. One of the things that I want to get done, I'm going to do anyhow, but and you know, I could probably totally foot the bill within, I don't know, maybe another 5 or 6 months, is to get what you see back here completely replaced. I need to get this closed in so I don't have snow on all my equipment. It makes it easier. I'm more productive in the shop. I can make videos easier. If it rains, I got to shut down filming because I get water into the shop, and that's no good. So what I thought is lots of different things. You could do a GoFundMe. You could do a lot of other stuff, but I'm not really into that. But what I am into is having an entire wall dedicated to my largest supporters, my supporters that have stuck with us for all these years, and a way for new people to take and show their support. And it's something that I can visually reference in my shop during my day and saying, hey, those people, pointing to the wall behind Jessica there, those people up there, they find value in what you do. They find value in that content. They find value in making that video that only got 200 views in a day and a half, right? Like, it's like, what am I, chop suey? You know, so it's like those things makes it real difficult once you get to a certain point. Again, you see like, did nobody find that valuable, right? Like no one's clicking on the scroll videos. No one's interested in scrolls. They take a long time to get there. But I tell you what, if I was throwing a rant and doing this and that and made a poppy flashy video, I'd probably have 50,000 views. But to me, that's ignorance. And I've done it before. I've done it just to see if I could do it, and it pans out. I get a ton of views, but that's not kind of how I want my channel to be. I want the next 1,450 videos to be in-depth educational content for people, you know, because I feel like that's more valuable. That's more valuable to you out there. I think it's a better use of your time. And then watching all the other garbage, sure, I'm like anybody else. I like to watch How Ridiculous and Mr. Beast and whoever else, watch morons on the internet do their thing just for entertainment, sake of entertainment, when I want my brain to shut off for the day. But, you know, there's got to be value to this educational thing on YouTube and people to find that out. So I finally found that kind of that sticking point. So what I want to do, and there'll be more information on this and all this stuff. There's special icons you can get, and there's tiers and all this nonsense. Jessica set it up mostly, and I've had my input on it. But the thing that we're going to add to it, and that's why it'll be next live stream, is I actually want to add one wall behind Jessica. And who knows, it might wrap my whole shop at some point. I don't know. I don't want to get overly ambitious there. But I want to take and actually brand in the names of the supporters who are doing that. And so I hope to do that through the channel memberships sort of thing, because that will help. That'll help kind of pull in a focus point of saying, okay, I've had this many people sign up for the memberships. This many people are wanting to support us on a regular basis. I'm going to go ahead and burn their names into the side of the shop or whatever. And that way, I always kind of have that reference point, you know, to like look on. And it stays with the shop, you know. So I think that's a good way. I don't know. If that sounds like a dumb idea to you, you don't have to subscribe to it or nothing like that. The videos are still coming out regardless. They're coming out for free. Yeah, and they will. They will. They'll continue out there in the free. If no one signs up, hey, it just didn't hit, and that's okay. 2 people sign up, hey, there's going to be 2 names up there, along with the people who've supported us for a long time on the Super Chats, the people who've been supporting us from day one with Super Chats. Their names are automatically inducted into the Hall of Fame. There's going to be a Hall of Famer section. You know, it's like those people have supported what we've done, and you know, it really does make a big difference. I mean, it really does. We've got cameras, high quality streaming gear, things like that to put on a show like this because of that support. And I want to remain community centric forever. I don't care if I've got 20 million subs. And I said this, and mark my words, people are here at the very beginning, when I had 1,000 subs, or when I had my first live stream. I said this, I don't care how big I get. I'm going to remember where I come from. I'm not changing. I'm not going to change no matter how big I get. So there could be, again, 50 million subscribers, and it doesn't really matter, because there's like this core group of people that have been for the longest supporting this channel and what we do. And you know, and that core group is growing a little bit at a time, but it's definitely not like the bigger subscription pool. So don't let the subscriber count fool you. because there's those dedicated people who really dig what you're doing and get behind and put a shoulder to the plow with you. And I just want to honor those people. So for the people who have been supporting me, you know who you are. There are kind of too many to list right now. Your names are already automatically inducted into Roy's wall of fame there for, you know, a membership wall. But that's what I want to do, that type of thing. So for me, I feel like that's a great exchange of value. You're still going to get constant content from me. You're just saying, hey, I want to support what Roy's doing, and that's all you're doing with that. So it's a donation. It's not greasy. It's not, you know, not promise you some snake oil or anything else. And the rest of the content remains free. I don't know, I keep looking at her. She's scaring me. She's like, okay, dry it up, Roy, shut up. What's everybody saying? That stupid idea? Are they ready to come up here and raise my barn to the ground?
No, not at all. Justin Ray says, great idea, and I will be on that wall. Frank Strzok says, I would be honored to have my name up on your wall. Dana Maggiore says, sign me up. Stephen Watkins says, I want to be another brick in the wall. Yep.
That's a good Pink Floyd song. Another brick in the wall. Oh, anyway, sorry. Yeah, it's good. It's going back. Oh, well, that's good. General positive response. I'm gonna have to go watch this. That's why I saved it till the end, so this way I can come back and watch and kind of see what the general response to it is. It's something I'm gonna do for those. I've been asked forever to do Patreon or to do something else, but the thing with Patreon is you have to create exclusive content for your patrons or stuff that's released in advance. And I'm a Patreon supporter of like one other person on Patreon. And the thing that annoys me is I got to sign into another account, and it just leads me back to YouTube anyhow. Like it circles back to YouTube, but I got to like remember a whole nother password, and I got to jump. It's annoying to me. So I mean, it's kind of annoying to me to do that. I'd rather it just be one click, and I can go have access to, you know, my content, whatever exclusive content I'm paying for is. And that's in there again, exclusivity. I don't really like that. You know, I don't like making exclusive content. And so I think that's the wrong narrative and that's why I've had a problem with it for so long and not wanting to do that, is because other guys have been able to do it better without it being exclusive, right? And excluding people. To me, I wanted to find a better way of doing it to where it's actually around something that matters. So something that supports something on a regular basis. It's an ability, like once the barn's finished and you know, got all the siding done, it'll go into other things, you know. So whatever that monthly contribution is, it's going to go into better giveaway stuff. I mean, there'll be a portion of whatever comes in, it'll be going to giveaways, or it'll be going to, you name it, you know, adding more lights in the shop. I need about 6 more lights in this area. You know, I need about 6 more lights in this area. Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of things, and I'm willing to wait. I'm an insanely patient person. I'm willing to work from the ground up and take as long as I need. And so don't feel like you're obligated at all. But this is a way for me, as I said, I was just having that moment, as you do sometimes, where I just thought, why am I doing this for? It just was. That's just cold, hard, honest truth. Because there's so much things I want to do in my life. There's so much midnight hours I burn to put out videos that I enjoy doing. I mean, I enjoy doing that, but is it valuable long term? Do people actually care? And those sort of things, just having something visual like that, like boom, on those hard days, I mean, it kind of just, you know, to me, I think that's a good thing. So, but anyways, without me getting too much more sentimental, I'm sure you're all tired of hearing it. Hopefully it's not a sales pitch. Not too sales pitchy there. But, we good?
Yeah, we're good.
They happy? Everyone?
Borchkov says, no snake oil, no preaching, just forging and a good hangout with cool people.
Yeah. Is he saying to shut up, Roy, and go home? Pack it in, Roy. It's starting to get there. Oh, but yeah, no, I think we have one of the best communities on YouTube, and there's so much that goes into that. There's a lot of other channels. Yamez over at Island Metal Forge, he's a great channel to go check out. He's always involved in so many different blacksmithing groups online and stuff. I don't know how he has time for that. He says I have the secret to time warping and things like that, you know, or I have a clone, but he must have, because I have no clue how you can stay up being a moderator on all the different channels he is. And again, and there's a lot of people who support us just regularly, sending us stuff. I got a care package just recently from Rusty Hubcap Forge with some really cool tool steel that I'm going to be able to use. And surprisingly, actually, a piece of tool steel that I'll be able to use in my bits of my axes that I plan on making for the Lumberman series. So like just stuff like that it's huge. It helps. And it's a great thing. And so on those low days when you're having a bad day and you're maybe caring about YouTube numbers too much and all these other stuff, it's just nice to know that there's people who care. You know, there's people who care, and you know, be a good reminder that way. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's exciting. There's gonna be a lot of perks. I'm putting like a lot of big discounts as well over to anything over at our website as well. So that'll be tooling, plans, bundles, all sorts of things that I plan on coming out with. Again, there'll be more. I'll say more about that in the next live stream. So there's going to be a lot of good things I think will come out of it, and we'll see how it goes. The biggest one for me, the one that sells it for me, is like I said, membership wall. I think that would be so cool. We'll run out of room on walls. We'll start writing on beams. These beams have been here. These are old beams, probably 100 years old, some of these beams in here, you know, and as long as we keep a good dry structure over it, it'll be there for 100 years more. And that's what I look forward to doing. Yep, look forward to it. So I'll shut up. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. God bless each and every last one of you out there. Thank you so much for watching this video. Next live stream in October, we will continue our process on this hacksaw frame. I'm going to do some cleaning up work in advance for that. We will probably forge the threaded portion that'll hold the hacksaw blade, and then we will most likely have to do a lot of file work. There'll be some time to clean things up and put the final polishing touches on it. So I will try to keep everybody up to date on that, and we'll try to do as much of this process in a live stream. And whatever I do in the meantime to catch us up, you know, so you're not watching a 58-part series, I will catch you up in those live streams. That's kind of like what I did and how I got to a certain point, and you know, explain that out. But I got to tell myself, tell me this. Make sure you tell me this. It's supposed to be a simpler decorative hacksaw frame. Do not let me get crazy on this. Like, I just need to get it done so I have a hacksaw frame. No, yeah, just need to get it done. That's the key. So we'll probably forge in the next stream. We will forge this threaded piece that goes and holds the hacksaw blade, and we will probably forge the back nut. There's a little nut that's going to hold everything on, the decorative end cap, if you will, or nut. We'll forge that piece in the next stream, and then we'll be on to file work. File, and I'll file away. Oh, glory. I'll file away. So, all right, I'll shut up. We got to go get some dinner. God bless each and every one of you out there this weekend. Be safe, and until next time, we'll see you then. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.